All right. This is one of our day that the Lord has made. We have to rejoice and enjoy it. We are now live again with one of our superstars in Carrot Bars International. We'll just sit with her for 30 minutes or so, and just to get to know her better and to know her journey in our business that we do. Mama, good afternoon. How are you today?
Good afternoon, partner, my leader, my son. Thank you very much. I'm doing very well, thank you. In the
That's super.
midst of the situations in our country,
Mhm,
around the world, I'm doing
mhm.
very well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mama. We are very happy. We are pleased to have you here on our studios for this live interview. We'll just ask you a few questions, Mama. We just want to understand your journey and yourself and where you are heading to in the future. All right. Where do you grew up? Where do you come from? And and your parents, how many were you guys?
I am from a normal, so-called old South African colored family.
Mhm,
Born and bred in Heidedal, Bloemfontein. I was the eldest, or I am the eldest of my seven siblings, of whom we are five that is still alive. And my mother, age 81, also still alive. And as much as she's not very well at the moment, but she's still alive. Thank you, God, for her life. And I grew up in Bloemfontein up till the time when I thought I have arrived at school when my name appeared in the newspaper in
mhm.
Standard 8.
Oh yes,
When
oh
your name is
yes.
in Standard 8 in the newspaper, you have arrived.
That
Okay?
would have been super.
I was, don't laugh, don't laugh. I was
All right.
supposed to go for teachers training. And then I got a bursary at the old Colored Affairs um, Administration of House of Representatives. Then I got a bursary from them to go and study as a teacher. Because my daddy didn't wanted me to go to become a policewoman. That's what I actually wanted to be a policewoman.
Oh.
But my father was worried that I will have to carry a gun. And that one
Mm,
was not good for his daughters. By the way,
mm,
the eldest of us, we were girls. Eh?
mm.
And then my daddy just said no. Then I decided for the second the best op was now be a teacher.
Okay.
Because to become a nurse was just never in my wildest dream, my thought.
Oh yes.
You, that's why I respect nurses so much.
Oh yes.
Okay. And that's why I'm not on essential services at the moment. I'm sitting at school.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
And the morning that I was supposed to leave to go to the teacher's college, give you me, my mother didn't have the 90 rand for my uniform.
90
That
rand.
was all that I needed, the 90 rand for my uniform.
Mm,
And I had to go and look for a job.
mm,
Okay. I worked in the private sector for some years. And but my biggest dream was always to work in the government, because when you get a government job, at the time we thought we have arrived. When you get into a government job, no, because simply you are covered with pension there.
yes. Yes.
When you get to government, you are covered in pension.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And I eventually got a government job at the age of 29. I
Mm-hmm.
was employed by the Department of Health
Okay.
as a nutrition advisor.
Okay.
And at the time, I was not even allowed, remember, we're talking old South Africa now. I was not even allowed to give you, as a black person, nutrition advice because in my statistics it didn't count. I was
Mm,
not allowed to give a white person nutrition advice because when I do write down my statistics at the end of the month, it didn't count. I was only supposed to speak to colors.
mm, mm,
Joking,
mm,
Wayne. But
mm,
nevertheless, that is where we are from,
mm,
right? So I was working within the Department of Health for 18 years. Okay, later as a community development officer, into the new era as a community development officer, and then my last 3 years within the Free State Provincial Government, I was the PA to one of the former premiers of the Free State Provincial Government. And it was then that I was actually forced, because finances has now really pinched me like anything. Then I saw my way open. At the age of 51, if I take my pension now, then I will be able to cover, especially my two youngest daughters that were still on in tertiary. And I applied for early retirement, uh, seeing that my post was redundant within the Department of Health. Then I qualified to go on early retirement. Yo, my leader, it was nice.
Uh-huh.
It was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Now I had, and we ate that pension money with knife and fork. I'm telling you, we
You
were
ate.
cutting it like fork.
So you
You see,
enjoyed it.
because now I've arrived. I got money now. Yeah. Long story short, I was also very, very, very overweight at the time. And I was now looking for a job again because money was finished now, walking like a wiper,
Oh,
looking for another job.
oh my God.
And then I just said to myself, I can't beg people anymore for jobs because wherever I just go, they tell me I'm overage.
And
I'm over.
you were over 50 already that time, right?
That's correct. I was already over 50, but people decided that we are too old. I was too old to be
For sure
employed.
you were.
And then I decided, sorry,
For sure you were too old. Over 50. You're supposed to be sitting at home and enjoying yourself.
and I was still selling out CVs. You see, because why you can't blame me because I was taught to go to school. I was taught
And get good
to
grades.
specialize in something. I
Mm-hmm.
was taught to hand out CVs, and
Mm-hmm.
I was taught in the system that I must make sure that I am employable. You see,
Yes,
not
yes.
employable. Thank you,
Yes.
boss. Thank you, boss. You see, we grew up like that. It was
Okay.
our way. And when we talk savings, we were taught to save at the post office. We were taught if you save money, if you have some properties and all those things, you are covered. Your name must be clean with in the credit bureau in because so in case you need credit again.
Mm, mm,
You see,
mm,
you pay more interest, you pay more interest. You can't blame me, man.
mm. But if I may
How I
ask,
was taught.
Mama, the money that you saved at the post office, do you still have any?
It just used to last. Remember, I used to get paid on the 15th, né?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Via the permanent bank.
Uh-huh.
You won't know that orange bookie. But via the permanent bank, I used to get paid the 15th. Then I will leave something in that bookie. Né?
Uh-huh.
We used to call it a bank book.
Yes,
Not the bank
yes,
cards like we are having bank
yes,
cards these days.
yes,
It's a
yes.
bank book. Yes. Then I will just make sure that I leave something. This is what we used to call savings. You see? And then come the 18th, 19th, 20th, and you must still offer your tithes at the church. There's not even money for the tithes now. And you are so worried you are now going to hell because you don't even have change the money for your tithes. Okay. Then uh, the money in the post office.
Yeah, yeah.
We will sell sweets and chips or oranges or whatever at home, and it's a big bag of coins. And that is the money that used to go to the post office, nothing from the salary, because there was no change on the salary. So the money that we used to do that kind of spaza shops or what at home, eh? And selling the ice, the frozen ice and whatever.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
the money that we used to send to the post office.
Oh my God.
Also, until when? Until you need stock again to fill up for your home-based business. You see,
Mm, mm.
that is the kind of life where I am from. Yes.
Mama, this is very interesting. But on that note, I would like to welcome my brother there. He just joined us now on this live stream. Our leader, Isaac Matthias. We welcome
Hi,
you, my
sponsor.
brother. Yeah,
My
he's
sponsor.
yes, yes. Welcome you, my brother. We're very happy to have you, on this interview. Definitely, we will have you interviewed shortly in no time, but we want to hear your story as well because I know that and I understand that you came all the way from North Africa in Angola and you came to South Africa looking for greener pastures. That is very, very important for you to share that story with the world and with the people of our African continent. So, with those words, my brother, I welcome you and I honor you for coming through in this live stream. I'm here with Mama Linda. She's sitting in Welcome right now in the Free State, and she's sharing a story, and it's very interesting. And I want to know, Mama Linda, go back to you now. I want to know uh, during that time, how much was your salary, if you care to share that with the world?
Okay, I started within the Department of Health on a very, very huge salary,
Mhm.
375 rand per month. But you can't laugh, man.
Okay, all right. Was that for a week or a month?
Remember, I had standard 8 most. So I had standard 8, so I was a top and 375 rand per month.
Okay, all right.
Oh, yes. And then my tithes was 37 rand 50, and the rest I see to see how to carry on with it.
Mm,
With 4 children,
mm.
yes. Okay, their daddy were
So
working
you
on the
rose
mine
your
at the
kids.
time.
So you rose your kids, ma, with 375 friends that you were adding.
It couldn't make ends meet. That's why I tell you, I always had to do some businesses. I always had to do some businesses. Businesses. If I just if I always to tell my children, if those businesses would have just really was the kind of business that I am in today, just think where would I have been? Just
You,
think.
you would
It
have
was if
been
it was this kind of business that I'm doing today,
you would have been
and
extremely rich.
And therefore, I really would, also wanted to just say hello to my coach, Isaac Matthias, that he brought gold to my family. And
Mm,
that is exactly what he did to bring this carrot bars business and gold to my family.
mm,
Yeah. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you very much for that.
mm. Mama, tell me, we've covered most of the questions now. Tell me, you joining current bars after you've ate, yeah, you've enjoyed your money with fork and knife. And where were you that time? And how long was that ago? And where are you right now in your life? What is it that you can tell the world?
What I can tell the world is that I have been rescued by this young man who I always say he stalked me on Facebook.
Okay.
Yes, I was rescued by him. Where were I at the time? Um, Behind my knees. I wasn't on my knees. I was now behind my knees. If you are on your knees, it's the safest space to be.
Mm,
But if you are behind your knees,
mm,
you feel like life is done and dusted with you.
mm,
And at the time when Isaac contacted me, of course, as a woman, I was very cautious. It took me 2 months before I could answer him.
mm,
I said, let us talk. Okay. At that time, remember, I'm still a government pension. I'm on government employees pension fund,
mhm,
and but it couldn't make my ends to meet anymore. And it, sorry, I become emotional every time when I talk this part.
it's okay, ma.
I don't have reason to cry anymore,
We
but
understand.
maybe to any woman out there around the entire world, if you don't have hope, as I'm talking to you now, there is a way out.
Mm,
As I'm saying, I was behind my knees.
mm,
and in a very space, a bad space in time. And that was the time after my second divorce. And really, it was a matter of, if only God can take me now, it will be better.
Mm.
That was the kind of time, uh, like in really broke.
Mm.
Isaac and his brother came down to Bloemfontein on the 1st of October 2016. Was the first time that I heard about an alternative way of saving.
Mm.
At the time, it didn't make sense to me. I could not understand. These guys are telling me to save my paper money in gold, into gold,
Mm.
and I'm broke, but they are telling me this. And then they talk to me about I can choose whether I want to be a customer and whether I want to be an affiliate. And remember, I told you earlier, within the Department of Health, I was a community development officer.
Mm. Mm.
And immediately, I said to myself, customers are for the rich and already wealthy. And here Isaac was also talking to us about the 1% of the world population, they own gold.
Mm.
And I said to myself, but then I am also amongst the 99%.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
how can I be
Customer.
dreaming to be with the 1%,
Mm.
whereas the 99% are like myself, they also need to hear this good news. And I said to myself that day that this is the tool that I'm going to grab now and going to run with this tool. I don't know how it works. I don't understand anything because at the time I was 58 years of age. I don't understand much. But Isaac ended his presentation with um, a quote from, is it, you will know who's a philosopher, Richard Branson, who
Yes.
said, if somebody gives you a golden opportunity and you don't understand, just say yes
Mm.
and you will learn later.
For sure.
And it's exactly what I decided that moment. And I said yes, and my yes was my yes.
Mm.
Fortunately, uh, that day, there was already 50 plus people that I have invited to the launch of my business that I didn't even know this was going to be my business.
Mm.
Because I just said, let me give this guy a chance. Because he was so open-hearted and so many, and he was quite forward. From the beginning, he someone called me mommy and he became a son and everything. And
Mm.
I just couldn't just let the son go. I just
Mm.
said, no, come, my son, let us do this thing. But that day, already 25 people has decided that day to sign up
Mm-hmm.
and follow me in this business.
Mm.
Long story short, Carrot Bars has changed my life. Carrot Bars has really made sure that I feel at the age of 61, I feel I have arrived. Arrived can mean different things to different people.
Mm.
To somebody else, it might mean that he already can travel all over the world on
Mm.
vacations.
Mm.
Eh?
Mm.
It can mean to somebody else that I have bought double-story houses for all six or all eight my children.
Mm.
Arrived means different things to different people. What does it mean to me? It means to me what it meant to me then when I got my job within the Department of Health at the age of 29.
Mm.
It means to me that at the age of 65, I will be covered. Because the majority of us, our dreams are actually just built around the date when you go on pension.
Mm.
The day when I go on pension, many says there, when I go on pension, I want to be debt free. I want to have the house. I want to have three, four, five the vehicles and even a grand vehicle just to go to church.
Mm.
The others just to go to do shopping. That is the way our dreams are.
Mm. Mm.
So with me, I feel the same as I felt the time when I
First,
was 29.
your job. First
Just
job.
with a different way or in a different way.
Mm.
Now I know when I reach the age 65 and I look at my peers, my peer group within in my workplace where I am from,
Yeah.
then I can say I will be, I will be. Those who don't want to join me now, I can definitely tell you for sure. I know I will be better off than them
Mm. Mm.
because a lot of them are ignorant. Because when I talk to them, it looks like I'm stupid.
Mm.
It looks like I'm crazy because they are not open to change their mindsets. A young man,
Mm.
my young leader, if my age group and above, if we don't change our mindsets, if
Mm.
we don't open our minds for the changes around the entire world, where did we ever thought that my president will plead to me? My president will tell me
Mm.
he will release the police, the army, everybody to make sure that I stay indoors
Mm.
in my country,
Oh my
in this
God.
beautiful South Africa.
Mm.
That is how life can change overnight.
Mm.
Now, what about economically? A lot of people my age and above, we are not open to changes. We still believe if you got this bank cards, you are safe.
Mm.
We still believe that, but the reality of the is not even the reality of the future. It's happening already. The
Mm.
payment system is crypto, gold, and is it. I have been indoors. I'm a very obedient citizen. I have been indoors. On Friday, I traveled to Bloemfontein, from Bloemfontein to Velko because my mother was released from hospital and I
Mm-hmm.
had to come fetch my mother at hospital. After 10 weeks, she was released from hospital. And
Mm.
therefore, I went and I made sure that I got a permission to travel. And I made sure that I didn't try to make contact with one person along the road, straight away where I was supposed
Mm.
to. It was essential for me to do that. Now, here is the thing. As I was sitting at home, I was doing all my businesses online. How many the men and the ladies and gentlemen my age can say they can do that? Because we are not open for change. We need to be open for change.
Mama, you know what? I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you, and I'm like, I don't want to interrupt you. I want to hear all the story. So you are saying to me, this this thing that is currently going on now in the country is actually reminding you of the olden dark days of our country, where you needed to have a passport to travel around our own country.
Exactly. Like where I grew up in Bloemfontein, 8:45 in the evening, the first siren went off.
Mm.
Exactly 9 o'clock the evening, the second siren went off.
Mm.
You were not supposed to be in town.
Mm.
If you are from Rocklands or Buchabela or wherever in Bloemfontein, you are
Mm.
supposed to be there. Hidedal, at the time it was called Ashbury, you are supposed to be there. You are
Mm.
not supposed to be in town. You are in town, then you are in danger. So
Mm.
it is exactly what is happening now, but for different reasons.
Mm.
Reasons beyond our control,
Mm.
but something that we can do something about just to be, to play, to be a role player to for the change.
Mm.
So I always say I like to talk to people my age. The young people, I leave them to the young ones. But people my age, I always tell them, gone are the days that the thoughts is, I don't know how we say thoughts in English. Um,
Thoughts is, man.
thoughts is a thoughts. I
Yeah.
like that. Yes. When the tortoise used to wait for us downtown to grab our handbags,
Mm.
these days they even know the value of a handbag.
Mm.
They know very well that that is a cheap handbag that auntie is wearing.
Mm.
And of course, if you wear that cheap handbag, there's nothing to rob inside. But if we are not careful, if we are not careful now to make sure that we get literate and don't stay illiterate, but
Mm.
get illiterate. to make sure that you can handle your finances online, to make sure you know how to protect your cryptocurrency online, to make sure that you can do transactions online, to make sure you have gold. You, you
Show it to
invited
the
me,
world.
you
Show
invited
it
me
to the
because I got
world, man.
gold.
Show
Yes,
it to the
you see,
world.
I'm telling you.
Show it to the world. Show it to the
And
world.
even this one, you remember I told you when you go to Germany, you must go look on the golden brick wall.
Oh
It
yes, oh
faces
yes. Oh yes, just
yes,
lift it
yes.
up, just lift it up, just lift it up so that
So I
everybody can see it. There you go, there you go, there you go. Wonderful, Mama. So you achieved all this after the age 50. And now you are saying you are 61 now and you are doing all your businesses online.
that's what I'm doing. When I
Mama,
get my
please.
pension,
Mm-hmm.
when I get my pension on this card,
Uh-huh.
then some days later I will think, this card don't have money in anymore,
Okay.
but it's used up
Okay.
because I make sure I pay myself first.
Oh yes.
Every month I make sure from my pension,
Yes.
GEPF pension, I
Uh-huh.
make sure I pay myself first by buying 1 gram of gold
Oh super.
already,
Oh super.
already.
Oh
So
super.
just think, son, 3.5 years ago when I started with this, I used to take 550 rand from this pension
Yeah.
to buy 1 gram of gold.
Mm-hmm.
And today, each one of those grams of gold is now 1,500, I think. This, this card, 1,500. As I'm just sitting here, I can already show the world I'm not broke.
You're
This is
not
just what
broke.
I have in my hand. It's not my vault.
You're
My
not broke.
vault is in Germany.
You're
You
not
see?
broke, but it's the 22nd of the month. You're not broke.
No, I'm not broke.
You're not
And
wait. You're
and
not wait.
and remember, tomorrow is payday. Tomorrow is payday. We're getting paid again. Tomorrow is payday. You see?
So, Mama,
So
you don't. So you don't wait for one day to get paid in 30 days now anymore.
no. And for 13th check, I must wait until February, my birthday month. No, I
Oh,
don't do that anymore. Yes,
anymore.
you see why I told you it was a
Yeah.
system that we used to be in. And then Isaac came to my rescue, and I listened to Isaac. So this is the language everybody can talk.
Please,
There's a
Mama.
way with
Please,
your own free.
please, Mama. Please, now. I want on that note. Please speak to your people of your age in your language that they understand the best. I know they understand Afrikaans. You're from the Khoisan, right?
Ek vergeet mos ek praat nou Engels.
No, I want you to I
You see,
want you to advise our people in the language that they understand the most. Please speak it in Afrikaans before we close the stream.
mede Suid-Afrikaners. I
Yes.
will start like the president. Mede Suid-Afrikaners.
Mm-hmm.
Veral ons Afrikaanse gemeenskap. Daar was 'n lang tyd wat ons gesê het as jou vel donkerder is, dan is jy die agtergeblewene. Maar binnekort gaan ons mense wat Afrikaans praat, ons Afrikaners gaan genoem word die agtergeblewenes. Nie agtergeblewe oor apartheid nie agtergeblewe oor jy nie goed genoeg is of ryk genoeg is nie. Maar jy gaan agtergeblewe genoem word oor jou attitude, jou gesindheid. Ons moet ons gesindheid verander. Ons moet ons gesindheid verander. Want as ons 'n plan maak of net ten minste ja sê sodat ons kan begin om ons goud te vergader nie, ons goud bymekaar te maak nie, dan gaan ons regtig waar agtergeblewe wees. Want die lewe verander so vinnig. Vele van ons praat nog as ons kom by begrafnispolisse, by lewensdekkings en goed. Ek het nou die dag toe kyk ek 'n begrafnisdekking vir 50.000. Hulle is 'n lewensdekking. Wat jy eers vir jou 250.000 gee nie. Dit kos omtrent 'n gram goud se geld per maand. om jou te dek. En dan is dat soos dat die Engelsman sê, dit betaal jy vir in geval jy doodgaan. Or should you die. Dit is wat die werklike waarheid is. So hier is Karatbars internasionale geleentheid vir jou. Net om vandag ja te sê. As Karatbars internasionaal 'n geleentheid vir jou om nie net jou goud te kry nie, maar goud te verdien. En dan ook kontant te kan verdien. Jy spaar jou vir jou kontant en goud. Jou papiergelde spaar jy in goud. Ek het hier so gelde van verskillende lande wat eintlik useless is. Hierdie is vir my niks werd nie. Van heel van verskillende lande. Maar jy kan jou goud begin by mekaar maak vanaf 0,1 gram, 1 gram, 2,5 gram en 5 gram op 'n tyd. Wat ook al op 'n tyd vir jou beteken. Op 'n tyd beteken byvoorbeeld vir my coach, beteken dit elke week koop hy 'n gram goud. Op 'n tyd vir my beteken wat ek nou op die oomblik kan bekostig, wat ek koop is 1 gram per maand. Maar ook in dieselfde Karatbars besigheid, dit hang af hoeveel geld jy verdien, jou kommissies. As jy meer as 200 euros verdien het, dan sal die company alreeds vir jou begin 'n gram goud se geld af te vat en jou klein geld betaal hulle vir jou in jou Mastercard. Wat vir my so beïndruk het, met Isaac, dankie, baie dankie. Wat my so beïndruk het met Isaac van die begin af. Kyk, ek het mos so 'n ou pensionaris. Nou, as ek was besigtig, want hier's 'n man van Angola wat vir my kom sê hy gaan vir my help op besigheid. Nou hierdie man, ek het 'n bietjie ge-worry, gaan hy nou weer my F&B besonderhede soek. Want hier word my government employees pension fund hier inbetaal. En ek was 'n bietjie ge-worry as die man gaan nou vir my hierdie goede vir my nou vat. Maar toe hy vir my sê, Mommy, I don't need your South African banking details because die company sal vir jou Mastercard gee. Jy bestel ook jou Mastercard van die company en al jou kommissies gaan hier op. Ek dink ek, jackpot. Jackpot. No, I felt more safe because he didn't ask me for this one. Wat my pensioen inbetaal word. So, wat ek vir julle wil sê, is, sê net ja. Daar's ewen 'n manier dat jy heeltemal gratis kan begin. Gratis, ons noem dit ons unilevel bonus. Jy kan unilevel bonus verdien deur ander mense ook te vertel en vir jouself 'n gram goud. As jy 'n ding byvoorbeeld per maand, jy kry miskien vir jou 1 keer per maand 'n gram goud. En jy sê vir ander mense en in 12 maande se tyd kan jy vir jou eintlik opgebou het 'n salaris. 'n maandelike salaris wat jy weet hele klomp het deur dieselfde gedagte, deur dieselfde idee. En dan praat ek net van Unilevel, dis een van ons 7 bonusse wat beskikbaar is in die company.
Moeder, dankie. Thank you so much, Mama, for spending the time with us. We are now getting off. Thank you for spending this time with us. It's a wonderful day, and it's a wonderful story that you have shared with us. Everybody will know about this. Everybody all around the world, they will hear this story. And I pray that your people listen to this and take an action. Let's get our people out of let's get our people out of poverty. Thank you so much, Ma. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for having me, and thank you very much. God bless you more. Love you guys.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you. We love you so much.